Welcome back to CityLine. Joining me now is Maria Camelon Price and Todd Lovshin, and welcome to CityLine, folks.
Thank you for having us.
So the Puget Sound Heart and Stroke Walk is coming up, and I understand, Maria, that you've been participating in this event for many years, both pre-pandemic and during the pandemic. What inspires you to participate?
I've been walking for 6 years now, and I walk because I am a survivor. I have a condition that's called mitral valve prolapse, to wherein my valve wasn't closing correctly.
Oh.
So fast forward to 2017.
That's a valve in your heart?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a valve in the heart. I didn't know that I was in heart failure. I thought I had a bad sinus infection. So surgery was scheduled within a month, and from that point on, I vowed to walk to raise awareness. So,
Very good. So, how are you doing today?
oh, I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah.
25 years ago, to fix my condition, it would have required a valve replacement. It would have been either a pig valve, metal valve, or synthetic. But this time around, because of research, thanks to the American Heart Association and medical research, I have Gore-Tex stitches in my heart,
Really?
a Gore-Tex patch. So I'm all weather. I was telling Todd.
All weather. Very good. And
So-
you need that around here.
Yes. So with the advancement of research and science, my surgery was non-invasive. I was home in 2 days, and recovery was normal 6 weeks, no open heart surgery. So
I'm just amazed. I'm at a loss of words at the moment because to think that you could have a heart surgery and be home in 2 days. That shows the advancement is amazing.
yes,
Huh.
yes.
So, what do you want us all to know about congenital heart defects and heart disease?
That there are means, there are scientific methods to prevent heart failure for something that I went through. Especially with women. Women need to listen to their bodies. Like I said, I thought I had a sinus infection for months. I was pumping my system with antibiotics and steroids, not knowing that I was already in heart failure. So if there is something wrong, again, especially with women, listen to your body. Go to see your doctor, see what exactly is wrong with you, especially if you're not curing it with medicine after a number of weeks.
Sure. Now, Todd, you're the Washington Market President, Pacific Source Health Plans and American Heart Association volunteer leader. Tell us, from your perspective, what inspires you to donate your time as a volunteer to the Puget Sound Heart and Stroke Walk?
Thanks. It's a little hard when you hear stories like that not to get involved. And but you know, the American Heart Association is really doing important work in our communities, building healthy communities, funding research, working on CPR training so that people can do life-saving, hands-on work in the community. And then it's just, for me, the right thing to do, right? Build awareness with heart and stroke being the #1 killer in the United States, and knowing that we could prevent more of it, have more survivors, or even have more folks who wouldn't have to go through that simply by exercising more, making healthier choices, getting your steps in. So, yeah.
Very good. So, can you tell us a little bit more about what is planned for the Tacoma event on October 15th?
Yes, I'm really excited because I got involved about 3 years ago with the American Heart Association. So I've only participated virtually. Really excited that we're back in person at Cheney Stadium on October 15th. We kick off at 7:30 in the morning with a health expo. You can learn CPR, have your blood pressure checked, have some healthy foods, and just go around to the vendors. And then program kicks off about 8:30, and then there's a 5K non-competitive walk. Just have some fun. Maybe if your dog is well trained, unlike mine, then you can bring them on a leash and take them around as well. Mine will be staying home. But there's also a 1K walk as well. So it should just be a really great time to celebrate community, get together, and bring awareness about heart and stroke.
Sure. So if someone wants to sign up, how do they go about doing that?
Pretty easy, PugetSoundHeartWalk.org. And so just to sign on there. There's no registration fee, but this is a fundraiser. So if you'd like to raise some funds or donate funds, you can do that there as well, and ask your family to donate. Yeah.
So now you alluded to the research that the American Heart Association does, and I'm assuming that most people that participate in this have sponsors that sponsor them, like per step or per mile or whatever. And is that what generates the revenue for the American Heart Association?
It is. The
Okay.
funds raised here go towards the American Heart Association and the research that they do. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's I'm raising funds on Facebook and LinkedIn, as well as others are as well, just to be sponsored and by your friends and family. Yeah.
Right. Very good. Now, Maria, one thing that struck me, you mentioned that you were a participant prior to the pandemic and during the pandemic. Tell me the difference between participating prior to the pandemic and during the pandemic.
Prior to the pandemic, we congregated at Cheney Stadium. I mean, there were hundreds of us. Survivors, family members, the Sounders were there, vendors. It was a big event. That was 17, 18, and then 19. Pandemic, it was virtual. So I walked around Fort Steilacoom Park, close to home. Still raised funds.
By yourself?
I had a girlfriend with me.
Yeah.
Other friends walked virtually in Olympia in their own neighborhoods, so that was great that was an option. And last year, coworkers and we walked Ruston Way. So walked down Ruston Way, got some coffee, walked back. So. Nice. And now we're looking
probably
for
walking at the same time together.
Yes.
Last year on the Ruston Way.
We had our little bullhorns, and people were honking at us. We made it festive. We made it enjoyable.
Nice. So Todd, then, do you know what the financial impact was of the pandemic and how? I mean, I would imagine it had some type of negative impact on the event.
Yeah. I mean, I know that from my company's perspective, we continue to support the American Heart Association, and lots of the community did so. But, being able to get in person and to do that always has a bigger impact. And particularly around the awareness, I think if we really think about bringing the awareness towards how to prevent and signs and symptoms of heart disease or stroke, really important. And I think that it sinks in better when you're live and in person.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Maria, is that what you're most looking forward to, is the return to in-person, or what else about this upcoming event on October 15th?
Full disclosure, I'm looking forward to raising more funds.
Oh.
I do it to pay it forward for research for women and for the babies for congenital heart disease. But I also have a very supportive work group, and I'm looking forward to us walking down Ruston Way again and cheering everybody else on.
Testing the Gore-Tex?
Yes, my all-weather.
Todd, your thoughts on what you look forward to most?
I'm looking forward to experiencing in person and that sense of community. I'm really looking forward to that. Very
good. So again, where do people register?
Puget Heart Walk. PugetSoundHeartWalk.org.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's October 15th at Cheney Stadium?
October 15th at Cheney Stadium. That's exactly right. Yep.
And start time is?
7:30 it kicks off, but the walk starts at 9, so if you can get there before that and take advantage of the expo, that'd be great.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, Thanks again to both of you for being here today, Maria Camelon Price and Todd Lovshin. It's been a pleasure talking with you today here on CityLine.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
A
thank you very
pleasure.
much.
Please stay with us. We'll be back with more in just a moment.